Distinguished platform guests, and I'm just thrilled with the incredible turnout here today on the platform. People who represent every aspect of this community, and to you as Calgarians who've come out here today, thank you as well. I think in starting we should pause and think for a moment about Sydney. My heart soars every time I hear Sydney sing "Oh Canada." Thank you so much for coming out. Important though is that Sydney represents much more than a 4-year-old Canadian proudly singing her national anthem. Much more than that. She represents the innocence and the hope of youth that I think for many of us was shattered by the horrific events of September the 11th. And while we may never be the same again, we have a responsibility as Canadians to ensure that we continue to try to build a world where young people like Sydney, where they can dream great dreams.
Unity. The time has come to deliver a message that should be received and perceived with respect and consideration that matches its value. A message that has been whispered here and there, that has been dreamed by all of us. A message that must change from a whisper or a dream into a rolling thunder that will storm deafened ears and move our hearts. And only together can we deliver this message.
That might help all of you understand where a lot of us youth are coming from and what we believe in. So start off by saying that young people today are faced with an ever-changing and often a very harsh and violent environment. When one individual or group is discriminated against because of their race or ethnicity or belief system, it's not an attack only against them, but it's against our entire community, because our children are watching and they're learning. And of course, this means that what we as youth see our elders do will reflect and does reflect on what we will do as the leaders of tomorrow.
Being fairly nervous as well, but I have a view that you don't have. So I'd invite you to go home and watch television tonight, because this is the mosaic, which is Calgary, and it's wonderful to see. The City of Calgary as a corporation, as Alderman Ceci has said, is a major employer, and that's the capacity that I'm speaking here today. The City of Calgary has a responsibility to model appropriate and desirable behavior in the workplace to other corporations, organizations, and to the citizens of this city. As local government in Calgary, we represent Calgarians, and we're here to serve Calgarians. Sometimes local government gets a bad rap. Sometimes it's not well thought of. I think that we is indeed here to serve citizens. The unprecedented terrorist attacks in the United States last week have stirred up fears and strong emotions, and have led some individuals to being confused or frightened on how to react to such a menacing threat from an enemy that cannot be identified. I just want to say there should be absolutely no confusion when it comes to how we treat one another here in Calgary. Appreciation for differences among its citizens. As a major employer, and we employ some 10,000 people, We believe we have a diverse workforce, but we have a ways to go. About 8% of our employees in 1999 were visible minorities. That percentage is growing each year, and by 2005, we should be very close to the city's projected population of visible minorities of a quarter of our city, or 25% of our city. In our organization at the City of Calgary, we have programs and policies that promote appropriate behavior. We have respectful workplace policies, which focus on human rights and speaks to respectful and thoughtful workplace behavior. Under this policy, the city expects everyone to recognize and respect the increasing array of differences that individuals and groups bring to our workplace. And they bring wonderful things. They bring great innovation and new ways of solving issues. These differences include race, religion, physical and mental ability, family and gender, personality, priorities, interests, and opinions. We support effective and respectful management of disagreement and conflict. And out of such behavior, strong relationships are built and better service to you, the citizens of Calgary. Our corporation has a long history of implementing policies that encourage respectful behavior in the workplace. And I'll just name a few: an equal opportunity program, an anti-discrimination policy, and sexual harassment policy. And since the early 1980s, we have provided diversity training to our staff. As the Chief Executive Officer of the City of Calgary as a corporation, one of the biggest employers in this city, I'm proud of the steps that this corporation has taken to ensure our workplace is respectful and considerate of employees. We will continue to make those improvements and applaud other employers, other organizations in this city that will demonstrate respect and consideration in their workplace and in the broader city. Your Worship, Mayor Dewar, you made a comment earlier on about reaching out in these very trying times. And I'm just going to suggest, because I'm looking at a crowd that's just looking here, that you just take a few seconds to turn to that person on either side of you and wish them a good day and peace be with them.
Peace be with you.